Welcome to part 19 of our series, Secrets of Glessner House. Today, we are going to discuss the coachman, an essential member of the Glessner's household staff. We will look at the rooms he occupied in the house, and will open a small door to reveal a long-forgotten item still in place that was installed for the convenience of his family. Our story begins in 1878, when the Glessners were living in a home at the northeast corner of Washington and Morgan Streets. Their daughter Fanny was born in March. The next month, they hired Charles T. Nelson as their new coachman. Nelson was born in Sweden and immigrated to the United States in 1871 when he was 23 years old. In 1877, he married Martha Ryerson, an immigrant from Norway. She was 7 months pregnant with their first child when Nelson began his position with the Glessners. To provide better accommodations for the Nelson family, the Glessners made the decision to remove the frame barn shown here and replace it with a more substantial structure. The Glessners' good friend Isaac Scott designed the new brick coach house in collaboration with architect Asa Lyon. It was completed in July and cost $2,500 to construct, the equivalent of about $70,000 today. Here we see the 1880 census, showing Charles and Martha Nelson and their 2-year-old son, Norman. A 22-year-old Swedish-born gardener also resided in the coach house quarters. The Nelsons' son, Norman, was just 3 months younger than Fanny Glessner, and the two were playmates as children. This photo, from about 1884, shows Charles Nelson in his top hat and long coat, seated on the Glessners' carriage. The appearance of the horses and carriage reflected upon the family that owned them, so Nelson would have always been dressed like this when driving the Glessners. The coach house is shown to the left, and little Norman Nelson is standing by the doorway. This is another photo from the same time, showing Charles Nelson and his assistants with the horses. This photo was staged by the Glessner's son George to show all 5 horses, as they clearly were not all needed to pull the small buggy seen at left. Charles Nelson was not the only member of the family to be employed as a coachman. His younger brother John worked as the coachman for Carter Harrison, mayor of the city of Chicago. Harrison resided in this large home on Ashland Avenue and was assassinated there in 1893. When the Glessners moved to Prairie Avenue in 1887, Charles Nelson, his wife, and 3 children came with them. This entrance facing 18th Street, adjacent to the coach house, was how the family would have accessed their new quarters, which appear to have been designed specifically for them. This floor plan shows the second floor of the servants' wing of the house. The female servants occupied the rooms shown at left, which were directly over the kitchen and pantries. The male servants' quarters were in the middle section, and the area to store hay and feed for the horses is at right. The male and female servants' quarters were completely separate, requiring an entrance for each. In this version of the floor plan, the rooms used by the Nelson family are shown in color. The 2 rooms shown in green were the bedrooms. You will note there is a connecting door in between the parents' and the children's bedrooms. The room shown in yellow served as both the Nelsons' living room and kitchen. It had a large walk-in closet with shelves. The living room and kitchen is now set up as a staff office. The kitchen sink would have been located in the southeast corner to the left of the window. This makes sense, as the female servant's bathroom is on the other side of the wall, so plumbing to service both rooms would have been run through that wall. The stove would have been situated in the southwest corner of the room, directly in front of the chimney, which is shown in the left half of this photo. The red arrow shows where a gas light would have been located. The sealed-off gas pipe still projects from the wall. The door at the right leads to the walk-in closet. An interesting feature of the closet is this interior window, which has now been painted over. As we will see in a moment, the other side of this window is not on the exterior of the building, but is in the adjacent stairwell. Light coming through the windows in that area can then pass through the interior window, helping to illuminate the closet. There are no known photos of the Nelsons' quarters during their occupancy. This photo was taken about 1930 and shows the Glessners' houseman Arvid Ledden and his wife Hilda. Her sister Charlotte also worked in the house, and her husband Swan Johnson was the chauffeur. By this time, the larger bedroom had been turned into the parlor, as seen here. Now we move on to reveal our secret. This view shows the hallway and stairwell in the coachman's quarters. The door at left would have led into the original living room and kitchen. The window is the interior window we saw earlier for the walk-in closet. The red line shows where the floor is located in that closet, at the same level as the rest of the second floor. The closet floor is about 3.5 feet higher than the hallway floor at right, which is directly above the ceiling of the coach house. The mystery is, what is located in the space underneath the closet floor, represented by the blue arrow? To find the answer, we need to travel down the hallway and go into what was originally the larger bedroom. The door was removed many years ago, and the space divided into 2 restrooms. We will be turning to the left and entering the ladies' room. We are now inside the ladies' room, looking north toward the walk-in closet. The small door provides access to the space underneath the closet floor. Let's open the door to see what is inside. The building specifications call for a 40-gallon boiler to supply hot water to the coachman's kitchen, as well as the bathroom and the stable below. This is what we are looking at in this photo. The boiler, or hot water tank, is still fully intact, showing its screw-clamped and gasketed aperture and a glass-tubed level indicator. It is no surprise that the tank was left in place after it was no longer needed, as removal would have involved tearing open the wall. Charles Nelson was still serving as coachman in 1900, at the time of the census. Here we see that record showing Charles and Martha Nelson and their 5 children, Norman, Albert, Richard, Martin, and Helen. The youngest 2 children were born at Glessner House in 1893 and 94. Sadly, the son Richard died at the age of 16 in 1901. The Glessners were away at the time, but made arrangements for the cook, Mattie Williamson, for the Nelsons to host the funeral luncheon in the main dining room. It was a touching gesture extended to someone who had faithfully served the family for many years. He left his position as coachman in the spring of 1903, just before his 25th anniversary with the Glessners, and died in 1913. In 2017, 2 great-grandsons and a great-great-granddaughter of Charles Nelson visited the house to share information on their ancestor and to read through Francis Glessner's journal and learn more about the many years the Nelson family lived at 1800 South Prairie Avenue. One of the great-grandsons is holding a silver gravy ladle, presented to the Glessners on their 25th wedding anniversary in 1895 by the servants. The names, including Charles Nelson, are listed on the back side of the ladle bowl. We hope you have enjoyed learning about the Glessners' coachman and his family, how they lived in the house, and seeing the old kitchen boiler that has been in place for 134 years but rarely ever seen. Tune in next time when another secret will be revealed.